Ever wondered who the masterminds behind the biggest cyber attacks are? The ones who can manipulate code, break into secure systems, and leave entire nations paralyzed. Today, we're diving into the digital underworld to uncover the 10 greatest hackers of all time. From legendary figures to modern-day cybercriminals, we'll explore their exploits, their motivations, and the impact they've had on the world. So buckle up, tech enthusiasts, because we're about to embark on a journey through the dark side of the internet. Number 10. Kevin Poulsen, the first US citizen banned from the internet. Kevin Poulsen, known as Dark Dante, became infamous for his phone line hacking in the 1980s and 90s. His most notorious stunt involved rigging a Los Angeles radio station's phone lines to ensure he was the 102nd caller, winning a Porsche. His hacking eventually drew the FBI's attention, leading to a manhunt. Even while on the run, Poulsen continued his mischief, crashing the phone lines of the TV show Unsolved Mysteries when they featured him. Ultimately, Poulsen was caught, sentenced to 5 years in prison, and became the first person in US history to receive a 3-year ban from the internet. Today, he has turned his skills to journalism, writing for Wired magazine. Number 9. Kristina Svechinskaya, the world's sexiest hacker. Kristina Svechinskaya, a Russian hacker, gained notoriety as a money mule involved in a plot to steal from US and British banks using Trojan horse malware. She and her accomplices infiltrated accounts and stole around $35,000 from 5 accounts, contributing to a total theft of $3 million. Facing 40 years in prison for theft and passport forgery, Svechinskaya avoided serving time by posting bail. Her story has gained such fame that it will be depicted in an upcoming Russian film titled Botnet. Number 8. Jonathan James, the teen who hacked NASA. At just 15, Jonathan James hacked into systems belonging to Bell South, Miami-Dade County, the US Department of Defense, and NASA. His most significant hack involved stealing $1.7 million worth of NASA source code, forcing the agency to shut down its network for 3 weeks, costing $41,000. After serving time, James was later linked to a series of corporate cyber attacks in 2007. Though he denied involvement, the pressure led him to tragically take his own life in 2008 at age 24. Number 7. Gary McKinnon, the British hacker who targeted the US military. Gary McKinnon, a British hacker, made headlines by breaching US military and NASA systems, claiming to search for UFO evidence. In the process, he deleted critical files, leaving a message, "Your security is crap." His most serious breach involved deleting naval weapon logs after 9/11, disrupting munition supplies to the Navy's Atlantic Fleet. McKinnon avoided extradition to the US after a protracted legal battle and remains in the UK. Number 6. Albert Gonzalez, the mastermind behind the largest credit card heist. If you think your online accounts are secure, Albert Gonzalez's story might make you think twice. Between 2005 and 2007, Gonzalez masterminded one of the largest credit card heists in history, stealing around 170 million debit, credit, and ATM card numbers. Using sophisticated sniffers to track digital traffic, he was able to intercept and capture the sensitive information, which he then resold for an undisclosed but undoubtedly significant sum. Gonzalez's wealth was evident when he threw himself a lavish $75,000 birthday party, an extravagant display of his ill-gotten gains. However, such opulence inevitably attracted attention, and law enforcement soon caught up with him. Following a series of trials in 2008 and 2009, Gonzalez was finally arrested in 2010 and sentenced to 20 years in federal prison. His story became well known through an episode of CNBC's American Greed episode 40, cementing his infamy in the world of cybercrime. Number 5. Jinson James Sanchetta, the botnet kingpin. Why hack into individual computers when you can control an entire army of them? That was the mindset of Jinson James Sanchetta, who in 2004 hijacked 500,000 computers using a virus known as RxBot. With this massive botnet at his command, Sanchetta could take down virtually any website he pleased, offering his services to others for a price. He even ran his operation like a legitimate business, complete with competitive pricing, and advised on the number of bots required to crash specific sites. Anchetta's criminal enterprise was short-lived, however. He was caught in a sting operation named Operation Bot Roast, where one of his clients turned out to be an undercover agent. His $58,000 in illegal earnings were confiscated, and he was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Number 4. Albert A.I. Otto, the Department of Education's Phantom Thief. For nearly 4 years, Albert Otto quietly siphoned money from the United States Department of Education's petty cash accounts, making a comfortable living off his scheme. Otto reputedly billed the department for small amounts, slowly accumulating a total of $644,000 over the years. Remarkably, the Department of Education received all the account statements, and a simple review would have revealed the odd charges. Yet it took 4 years for anyone to ask, where is all this money going? Once the discrepancy was noticed, Otto was quickly caught. By then, however, he had already funneled a significant sum out of the department. Despite the gravity of his crime, Otto was only sentenced to 1 year in prison, followed by 2 years of probation. He also allowed others access to the account, helping them pay off student loans, further complicating the web of his deceit. Number 3. Astra, the mathematician who sold military secrets. When it comes to stealing and selling sensitive military information, few can rival the exploits of the Greek mathematician known only as Astra. Over 6 years, this unnamed 58-year-old hacked into the systems of France's Dassault Group, a major player in military aircraft manufacturing. Astra sold a vast array of classified information, including weapon technology and 3D modeling software, which he then sold to various clients and countries, including some in the Middle East, Brazil, and South Africa. The value of the information Astra pilfered is estimated to be between $250 million and $360 million, prompting a massive manhunt. He was finally captured in Athens in 2008 and sentenced to 6 years in prison. Astra's actions forced European companies and military organizations to drastically improve their cybersecurity measures in hopes of preventing future breaches. Number 2. Robert Morris, the creator of the first internet worm. Robert Morris is famous for creating the first widely spread internet worm in 1988, a piece of code that would go down in history for its unintended consequences. The Morris worm, as it came to be known, was originally designed to estimate the size of the internet by spreading itself from computer to computer. However, a flaw in the worm's code caused it to replicate too quickly, overwhelming systems and causing significant damage. The worm flooded servers and computers, leading to the shutdown of approximately 10% of the internet at the time. A costly disruption with damages ranging from $10,000 to $10 million. Morris was the first person to be prosecuted under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act, but he managed to convince authorities that his creation was a mistake. As a result, he received a relatively lenient sentence: 3 years of probation, 400 hours of community service, and a $10,000 fine. Despite the chaos his worm caused, Morris's legacy lives on the annals of cybersecurity history. Number 1. Kevin Mitnick, from most wanted hacker to security consultant. Kevin Mitnick is a name synonymous with cybercrime. Once known as the most wanted computer criminal in US history, his hacking exploits were legendary, starting with his breach of Digital Equipment Corporation systems, which earned him a year in prison and 3 years of supervised release. But Mitnick wasn't one to stay out of trouble. Before his supervised release ended, he vanished, embarking on a 2.5-year hacking spree that would solidify his place in history. During this time, Mitnick hacked into numerous targets, including national defense systems and corporate networks, stealing sensitive information and leaving chaos in his wake. Eventually, the law caught up with him, and he was sentenced to 5 years in prison. After serving his time, Mitnick decided to use his skills for good. He became a public speaker and founded Mitnick Security Consulting, helping companies secure their systems against the kind of attacks he once perpetrated. In 2002, he authored The Art of Deception, a book that reveals how he used social engineering rather than advanced software to manipulate people into giving him with access codes and passwords he needed for his hacking operations. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you like this video, click the next one shown on the screen. I'm sure you'll like it. Thanks for watching.